Tennessee Titans taking on the Denver Broncos.
Just a tick under 70,000 packed in here at Nissan Stadium. Not a seat to be had as playoff football and certainly playoff fever have descended upon the Music City of Nashville, Tennessee. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks. Certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. This will complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
Who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Second and 14. Now they'll throw him out of the gun. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact knocked the ball free, and it's fourth down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
So here are the Titans backed up to start this drive. It will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat and they get a fourth in the postseason.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the gun, here's Swift. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Big play that time for the Titans. 52 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Broncos' 19-yard line.
45.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage. And
into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, we knew they had the crowd on their side. Their defense has already made a stop, and now here's an opening drive touchdown.
Yeah, how about the defense making the stop, offense feeling their momentum that they've generated, and turning it into points on their side. So now you've got a team working together, and you got the crowd involved, fully on their side in this ballgame.
And in this playoff atmosphere, that 12th man means even more. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown.
McCann, the kickoff for Tennessee.
McCann's got it teed up. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Bronco ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The pass there complete to Sutton.
The pass.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Lindsay. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Broncos.
They'll set up a throw. This is the tight end fan.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
Oh, that's like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away at second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Back to throw here. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Mike Evans there to make the grab. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Release the guys up front, or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Alexander Johnson.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. Derrick Henry, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A 3-yard touchdown run, and the Titans have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic, and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7.
McCann to kick off for Tennessee.
McCann's got it teed up. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Denver's offense ready to go again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And they work this well upfield across the 45. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They'll look to throw now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Able to throw on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now second and long. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. It's a pickup at 12, and that'll set up a third down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. He's got Evans. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
First down.
A couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And that is incomplete.
No coverage missed by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great. That's where you're going.
The protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The tackle made at the 40.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Gardner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
Block gonna go on 4th down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Coming to you. Jump, 61. Matchbox, light. Let's go.
Clock now on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's going to now lock. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Noah Fant.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
1st down, Broncos.
On play action, they'll throw. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly, and now 1st and goal. Expect them to tackle right here on this play.
2nd and goal. At the 11.
2nd and 11. That's complete. Right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his quick catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Jannard Avery able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. We'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
The kick is good.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the 1st half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where the kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
23-yard line.
A.J. Brown and the Titans getting the ball back here, making his presence felt early in this one. 1st half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory.
That's good.
Big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards.
1st and goal.
That was so well timed. Just a perfect throw on the slant.
Hit him on the move, didn't he? Now he's going against the grain of the defenders coming over to try and stop him. That allowed for that additional yardage downfield.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
brought down.
Pick up a 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
1 yard on the play. It's now third and goal.
Squeeze, double. Check. Brando.
Here's Henry, and he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry, as the first half is winding down, and the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
It's good, and it's 21-10. Just a 4-play drive that time. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
Tucker McCann to kick off for Tennessee.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. We've already punched 2 tickets to the championship round this weekend. We'll get back to you guys and punch a third in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it is the Kansas City Chiefs who will fight another week as they were able to eliminate the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. A.J. Brown and the Titans getting the ball back here. And as we look at the tape, he's getting close to 200 yards. Think he can smell it?
He can not only smell it, he can probably count it. And he's looking to get there and beyond it. But right now, what we're seeing, a lot of junk defenses like in basketball when you're trying to stop a leading scorer and they just have no answers for him right now. Whatever they're throwing out there, he's going right through it.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down, it's Henry. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing his lock on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
And the punt team on now as this one sent away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here and go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number one was getting a stop, wasn't it? So, big check right there. Now they want to see if their offense can build on that momentum.
Second and 4 at their 48-yard line.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
And that one goes incomplete on the drive. That's what he definitely normally catches. Fourth down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. On the stop there defensively, Tyler Davis. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
At the 17-yard line.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And not a whole lot to speak of there, so bring him down shy of the 20. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up third and about 6.
A 2-yard pickup brings up third and 6.
Again, it's Henry. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's a second and 7. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point forthcoming.
For the extra point.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
McCann to kick off for Tennessee.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Got a man open, it's Sutton. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
So pick up of 6.
They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
To Evans on the slant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Complete to Mike Evans.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1. At the Titans' 44-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Mike Evans, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Block working out of the gun. He's going deep for Brown. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. A big play that time for the Titans. 42 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Swift, the ball carrier.
Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
33-yard line.
Smith catches left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, Henry. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Mike Vrabel saw him on the sideline. He didn't even hesitate. They will go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Man open left side is Brown. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead.
Selma, man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And he's
been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That's a 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score. McCann's got it teed up. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard
The Broncos about set to go on offense.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 6 there on first. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4. From the 31. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Complete to
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
6. First down, Broncos.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
A pass there complete to Sutton. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And the Broncos' 1st down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
A loss of 9 yards.
Enough to start out a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Number 22, Derrick Henry, the ball.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They look to throw. It's Locke. It got his man complete.
A.J. Brown. That's
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Derek,
give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
40-yard line.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Locke. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
It feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Tucker McCann to kick off for Tennessee.
McCann's got it teed up. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He completes this to Sutton. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 6 catches in the wild card victory last week, and now 6 catches here and a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is the tight end fan. 7 yards the pick up there.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football, So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. 2nd and 3. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Denver.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. The middle taken in. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty...
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
You got nothing. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Open man here, Sims complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards last play, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
That QB's trash. Let's go. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time. So make sure you get in shape.
The Titans are moving on as we say so long, everybody. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Titans are winners here as we say so long from Nashville.